Yo, what's up everybody? It's Geo-Curious here, and today we're going on a trip. But hold up, before you grab your passports and those tiny bottles of shampoo, this ain't your grandma's vacation. We're talking about places where do not enter signs are written in barbed wire and bullet holes. Imagine a thin line on a satellite map. So tense, armed, and unpredictable that one wrong footstep could trigger history-shaking headlines. We're diving deep into the world's most volatile borders, where geography gets real. Uncomfortable. From frozen wastelands to scorching deserts, we'll meet the soldiers, civilians, and even the animals caught in the crossfire. Buckle up, folks, because where we're going, Google Maps can't help you. It's time to explore where borders become battlefields. First up, we're headed to the DMZ, the Demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. Picture this, 250 kilometers of no man's land, sliced right through the Korean peninsula. On one side, you got North Korea, playing their greatest hits on repeat through giant loudspeakers. On the other, South Korea, probably blasting K-pop back, you know, just a normal Tuesday. This ain't just some line in the sand, people. We're talking barbed wire, minefields, enough firepower to make Rambo blush, and 2 million soldiers just staring at each other. It's like a really tense staring contest, but with way higher stakes. They call it the DMZ, but they should call it the Don't Move Zone. One wrong step, and boom! You're the accidental tourist who started World War III. But here's the plot twist. While humans are busy turning this place into a potential apocalypse, nature's like, hold my beer. Turns out, when you kick humans out of a place for, about 70 years, nature throws a party. We're talking endangered cranes, black bears just chilling, and even the elusive Amur leopard strutting around like it owns the place. It's like Mother Nature's giving us a lesson in irony. You humans can't even share a peninsula, but these animals, they figured it out. The DMZ, a stark reminder that sometimes the most dangerous places on Earth are also the most beautiful, and that maybe, just maybe, nature knows a thing or two we don't. Next up, we're heading to the Himalayas, where the air is thin, the views are breathtaking, and the tension is thicker than a yak stew. We're talking about Kashmir, a region disputed between India and Pakistan since, well, forever. Imagine this. You're a soldier, stationed at Siachen Glacier, 5,400 meters above sea level. It's so high up, you need oxygen just to tie your boots. You're freezing your butt off, dodging avalanches, and oh yeah, there's a sniper aiming at your head from across the glacier. That's life on the line of control, the ridiculously dangerous border that separates Indian-controlled Kashmir from Pakistani-controlled Kashmir. It's like someone drew a line in the snow and said, all right, fight over it. And fight they do. Since 1947, India and Pakistan have gone to war 3 times over Kashmir, with countless skirmishes in between. It's like a bad Bollywood movie, but with real bullets and even realer consequences. But it's not just the soldiers who suffer. Imagine being a Kashmiri shepherd, just trying to get your flock to greener pastures. One wrong turn, one misplaced hoof, and you've crossed the line of control. Suddenly, you're an enemy combatant, facing down the barrel of a gun. All because of a line on a map that means nothing to a mountain goat, but everything to the people who live in its shadow. Kashmir. A place where the beauty of the mountains is only surpassed by the tragedy of conflict. A reminder that sometimes the most dangerous borders are the ones we draw in our minds. From the icy Himalayas, we're heading to what used to be the breadbasket of Europe, Ukraine. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ukraine? Breadbasket? Didn't they used to have, like, a lot of sunflowers? Yeah, they did. And they still do. But these days, those sunflowers are sharing the fields with trenches, tanks, and enough artillery to make you wish you'd paid more attention in history class. See, back in 2013, this border between Russia and Ukraine, it was pretty chill. People were just living their lives, planting their crops, maybe complaining about the weather. Fast forward to 2014, and bam, everything changed. Russia annexed Crimea, and suddenly, this sleepy border became a full-blown war zone. Now, instead of tractors plowing fields, you got tanks rolling through. Instead of birds singing, you got drones buzzing overhead. Imagine living in Kharkiv, a city just a stone's throw from the Russian border. You're trying to grab some groceries, but you gotta time your run between air raid sirens. Talk about stress shopping. And it's not just the fighting, it's the why. This border, It's not just about land, it's about pipelines, rail hubs, access to the Black Sea. It's about power, resources, and who gets to control what. The Russia-Ukraine border. A stark reminder that in the 21st century, wars aren't just fought on battlefields. They're fought over spreadsheets and pipelines. And that sometimes, the most dangerous borders are the ones drawn with invisible ink, the ones we don't even realize are there until it's too late. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading south, to the Sonoran Desert, where the sun is hotter than a jalapeno eating contest, and the border between the USA and Mexico is more complicated than a telenovela. Forget your fancy walls and fences. This border is a 2,000-mile obstacle course designed by Mother Nature herself. We're talking scorching heat that can fry an egg on the sidewalk, freezing nights that'll make you wish you'd packed a parka, and enough cacti to make even a camel say, ouch! But the real danger here isn't the terrain, it's the dehydration. People trying to cross this border, they're not just dodging border patrol, they're dodging heat stroke, exhaustion, and death itself. And the irony is, while the US government is spending billions on high-tech walls and drones, the most effective deterrent is often a simple blue barrel filled with water, left by humanitarian groups. Think about that for a second. The US government is spending billions to keep people out, while volunteers are spending pennies to keep them alive. It's enough to make you question, well, everything. The US-Mexico border. A place where the line between compassion and enforcement is as blurry as a mirage shimmering on the horizon. A reminder that sometimes, the most humane thing you can do is also the most controversial. Our final stop takes us to the edge of Europe, to two tiny Spanish cities on the North African coast, Ceuta and Melilla. Now, these cities, they're like the VIP section of Europe, except instead of velvet ropes and bouncers, you got triple fences topped with razor wire, and the bouncers are packing heat. See, Ceuta and Melilla, they're like little pieces of Europe that accidentally landed in Africa. And for people desperate to escape poverty, war, and persecution, they're like beacons of hope, shining across the Mediterranean Sea. But getting there, that's a whole other story. We're talking people scaling fences with homemade ladders, dodging rubber bullets and tear gas, all for a chance at a better life. And it's not just on land. Underneath the waves, it's a whole different kind of border patrol. We're talking scuba-trained officers chasing down makeshift submarines and underwater scooters, all to stop people from reaching European shores. It's a game of cat and mouse, played out on land and sea, with lives hanging in the balance. And for what? 6 square miles of territory? The right to say you're part of Europe? The borders of Ceuta and Melilla. A stark reminder that in a world divided by fences and ideologies, sometimes the greatest journey is the one for basic human dignity. From frozen demarcations to scorching deserts, these fragile lines prove one thing. When a border turns into a battlefield, the map may hold steady, but the ground beneath never stops moving back toward that first thin, dangerous line on the screen. We've seen the human cost of these conflicts, the families torn apart, the lives lost, the dreams shattered. But we've also seen the resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering hope for a better future, the willingness to risk everything for a chance at freedom and opportunity. So the next time you see a border on a map, remember this. It's not just a line, it's a story of conflict, of hope, of despair, and of the enduring human spirit that refuses to be contained by lines on a map.